15 years ago, I was in Mangakino. I had no job, few friends, way too much cannabis to smoke, and quite an attitude problem. I was on my way out and I knew it. I needed something in my life to do, something meaningful, something that had purpose for me. And as a naturally creative kind of person, I chose stained glass as something to do. What started as a hobby has now grown over the years into my life's goal and ambition. Disabled people have been given a bad rap, I think. They need to be seen as real people, not some sort of unusual, incapacitated throw-offs. Climbing trees with ropes means gadgets, and I love gadgets. Gadgets give you the ability to do things which would otherwise be near impossible. And when you've got gadgets that work well, when you know how to work your gadgets well, then you can make things happen that would otherwise be unobtainable. Trees also bring a sense of danger, because you fall 30 or 40 feet out of a tree and your history. Confronting heights, and being able to conquer your own personal fears is exciting, but it's also very therapeutic as well, because it gets you to look beyond your usual limitations and limitations that you have. It makes you question your own self-confidence. Oh, microlights, I love them. I saw one in a paddock, and I demanded that we stop and have a look. And this guy took me for a fly in his one. I said, right, that's me, I've got to have one of these things. Amazing. So, yeah, I ended up doing my training and got my license and bought myself a two-seater Quicksilver it was. And we're onto it. Well, you're quite literally, your life is on the line when you're up in one of those things, I tell you. And it used to really blow people away. I mean, I draw a crowd, just microlights are pretty interesting things to look at anyway, but, you know, I come flying in and land and take off my helmet and that, and it's like people's faces would fall off. They'd see this handicapped character flying a microlight. I mean, yeah, you get used to blowing people's reality. This is an example of a stone that, well, I've just set it, you know, put it on a stand. I mean, it's quite hard to get stones looking in the right position, but I've found these little stands do the trick quite nicely. This is another thing I like to make, and it's pendants, but I like to match the stones, you know, so they all fit well. We've got an amethyst here, clear quartz facet, and 2 black star diopsides. And I like the pendants because they're kind of like, well, they're all one-offs. Well, the big ones are anyway. You know, the multiple stone ones are all pretty individuals, and they look different. You know, I haven't seen anything else out there that looks like the ones I do. So if it's different, I'll make it. Yep, good. It all got started when I got home with my books and my glass, and it seemed pretty straightforward. You just read it and do it. With a lot of practice, I very quickly got quite adept at cutting and designing and doing all the aspects of glass. Who needed a teacher? I mean, it seemed relatively easy, really. This is the latest project completed to date. Don was very courageous in going along with the idea I had on this. So, here's our window.
Yeah, it's turned out really well. It's huge. It's just amazing. Next to building a house, mate. It's just things we've done here.
Oh, so you're happy then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, I think at the time it was really quite courageous because, like, I had never done anything like this size before,
Yes.
let alone putting on the 2 layers of glass. But it worked pretty well. It's really excellent. I mean, right from a little kid, one had to learn how to do stuff for yourself because it needed to be worked out. Good afternoon, Class Huia. Although I had these hands ever since I was born, I didn't know any different. It was only others who saw me as different when I was young. So when I wanted to do something, I just worked it out like any other little kid would, I suppose. Relationships haven't really worked for me very well. I think it's because I'm just a bit too different for most people to deal with. I know I'm way too intense for my own good. Well, I don't know. I think it's good for me, but I don't think it's good for others. Having a proper working studio and taking on an apprentice was really an affirmation of personal responsibility. Because I don't really work well alone. I need the inspiration and other people's company to get me humming. So I decided to take on an apprentice because, well, a few reasons. I love teaching. I also work well with another, and I feel that my know-how needed to be done by more people than just myself, so we could get a decent volume of material going out the studio.
Oh, that's exquisite.
Quite dinky, eh?
Oh.
A couple of those. Oh well, this is an amethyst 3-stone with a pyramid, so it'll stand up on its base. 20 years down the line from now, I'm looking at international repute as a crystalline technologist. It's 4 amethysts.
Is there an amethyst in the middle?
My current goal is to make quality crystals and know-how available to everyone, anywhere across the country by mail.